Hello friends, Mr. E here, back again. Today we are playing Bolt Gun, and not the game Bolt Gun, but the gun in Darktide, the Spearhead Bolt Gun. This is a gun very much in the same sort of vein as the plasma gun. It hits hard, it has kind of a slow setup, and pretty much one-taps most things in the game. This weapon got a huge number of buffs coming into this patch. I've been getting a lot of requests to make a build with it. This build is, I think, very, very good. It plays to all the strengths of the bolt gun, and it kind of shores up some of the weaknesses it has. And for bonus points, it is not a veteran shout build, because I'm just so tired of making every build a veteran shout build. It's the best ultimate in the game, but it doesn't mean every build has to run it. So this is going to be an Executioner's Stance build. You could make it Veteran Shout, shout if you wanted to, but Executioner's Stance works really well with this gun because we're going to use it like a sniper rifle, shooting rocket-propelled railroad spikes across the map and, murdering enemies like that. For a melee weapon, use whatever you want, just like on most of my veteran builds. This is completely flex. There's no talent points in the tree that make this combat blade any more or less effective than, say, bringing a shovel or a power sword. I'm just bringing the combat blade because it's a weapon I'm the most comfortable with, and I happen to think it's probably the best melee in the game right now. Moving on to the bolt gun, since this is what you'll want to sort of build around here. All of the stats are important except for mobility, so that is our dump stat. We are obviously not going to be sprinting around with this thing out, so who cares if it's a low mobility? We're trying to stand still anyway. And then we have unyielding enemies damage on there. That's because this gun, in contrast to the plasma gun, actually does some pretty decent boss damage. If you go full auto on a boss, that combined with these blessings that we have do about a third of a boss's health bar, which is not inconsiderable. So we really like to just push that damage a little bit farther. It also helps deal with high health enemies like bulwarks. And then we have the other solution to high health enemies like maulers and crushers, that carapace armored enemy. This allows us to two-shot crushers and two-shot maulers if we shoot them in the head. And sometimes you'll miss one shot, you'll hit him in the body instead. That's where our blessings come in. Puncture is a new blessing to this gun, and it is very, very excellent. It does not require a crit like some other weapons do to inflict a bleed or a damage over time effect. All you have to do is hit the target. And then we have Shattering Impact, which puts a debuff on these enemies that causes them to take more damage, and that includes from that bleed. So oftentimes you'll hit a crusher once in the head and once maybe in the neck or the shoulder, just because of the natural recoil of the weapon, or just naturally being not the perfect gamer in the world. But that bleed will claim the kill right after that. So that's why we got it on the build. It's just like the plasma gun, where it has a lot of decent blessings, but it's such a strong weapon on its own. The blessings are almost kind of like icing on the cake. If you have a well-rolled one of these and you don't have the perfect blessings, you're maybe leveling up, you're still going to do really well. Then for our curios down here, we have 3 17% toughness with extra toughness, stamina regen all the way across, and then damage resistance to gunners. I was corrected in my last video, and I knew this at some point, but I had gone back to saying it. This damage resistance is not additive, it's multiplicative, meaning you'll end up taking 51.2% less damage from gunners instead of 60% less or something like that. Still a pretty decent damage reduction, but you could swap one of those out for something else and still get, I think you lose about 9% effectiveness on the resistance. And that gunner resistance does not apply to shotgunners, but it does apply to everybody with a machine gun. So Reapers, the laser gunners, and the machine gunners, the Scab and Dreg elite gunners are the ones we're talking about there. All right, so that is it for equipment. Let's quickly look at our talents, and then we'll hop into a game. So up here we got Long Shot. This helps us one-shotting lots of stuff. We've got Exhilarating Takedown. This is a flex point. You can put this wherever you want. I like it because it allows us just another means of regenerating toughness. This is not a shout build, so we will need a way to keep our toughness high. Then we've got Volley Adept. This is very important. I'll come back to it in just a minute. We've got more toughness up here. Shredder Frag Grenades. This is to help us not to get surrounded, and we've got the free grenades every 60 seconds, so this is always available to us. This has actually come in handy a few times that I've been playing so far. You never know when you're just going to get surprise swarmed by a drop down of a bunch of elites or something, like, you know, ragers run up on you. The grenade is a great space making tool. We take Scavenger because the only problem this gun has is that it's a little bit light on the ammo economy, and this will help shore that up. Kill Zone for free damage, and then Executioner's Stance with counterfire, which is for regular sized enemies. You might be tempted to take the Ogren size one because that's sort of a target we're gunning for with this build, but this doesn't offer any additional damage versus those targets. It just highlights them, and the more highlight targets there are in the environment for us to chain a reset off of, the better. And this is where this reload speed comes in. Is the trick for Executioner's Stance is, in order to keep chaining it, we will need to weave a reload in there at some point if we want to keep this duration going and going. So we'll need to kill an elite and then use that extra 30% reload speed to get a kill, reload, and then get another kill before that 5 seconds is up. And with this 30% plus some more from Marksman's Focus, it's very doable. Alright, coming straight down here, weak spot damage. Very, very massive multiplier. We're going for headshots in this one. This is not like the plasma gun where a single body shot is what we want to be doing, because the plasma gun just hits, it just wallops so hard. We want to be shooting with precision because this thing benefits greatly from that. And then we got elite damage, and we come down here for Marksman's Focus with camouflage. Camouflage is the best of all of the modifiers for this. Some of these, like this one right here, are just awful. Or this one is the worst one possible. When at or over 10 stacks, you can get 10% hole rending. Wow. The amount of time that you're actually going to spend at 10 stacks, even if you're pretty goated at the game, is fairly low, because this is a movement-based shooter. You're going to have to move, and you're not always going to be able to get a headshot to allow you to move in between that time. That's where camouflage kind of shores up some of that focus stack loss. Is if you stand still for 0.75 seconds, you're going to get a stack back. So that means that the times where we're really like setting up and waiting for enemies to attack us, or we're coming up an elevator, we've got the focus ready to go, and it's going to blow the enemies away. Then we come straight down here, tactical awareness, because I mean, it's on the way to some really good perks, but also we're going to be claiming so many specialist kills. We're going to have this ult off cooldown before it's even over, because we're going to extend the duration to like 30 seconds. Iron Will, this is going to synergize really well with all of our toughness regeneration up here. We can basically, with Iron Will, face tank as many gunners as we want, because we're going to be regenerating so much toughness and have so much toughness damage reduction that they literally can't shoot through us. So we'll be trading shots back and forth, but guess who's going to come out on top in that a little bit of exchange there. And then finally, 20% damage to Ogrens and Monstrosities, because those are the two types of enemies that don't die instantly, so why not take a little bit extra damage versus them. Alright guys, well that was a very quick rundown on the build, only about 7 minutes. Hopefully that's everything you need to know if you want to play this build yourself. I'm going to hop into a game of Auric Damnation here, and we'll see if I can't make it work. But if you don't want to watch me play through on this build and you want to go try it for yourself, I appreciate you watching so far. Like and subscribe if you wish, and we'll see you next time. Maybe go check out one of my other builds as well. And if you want to stick with me, we're going to hop into Hob Draco and see if we can't shoot some railroad spikes. Lots and lots of railroad spikes.
That being the case, we need what I'm told is a blessed unguent of shriving, which in turn means that we need current data on the Fates Trees blight. That comes first. Some of Tertium's nobility have wangled their way into this one.
Wangled their way.
To ignore them. I wish I could.
Alright, this is the time where I say, if you can figure out what soundtrack I am playing for this video, you're a true gamer.
Brack claimed these were his best operatives. I must say, they don't look it. I can vouch for their ability, Excellency.
Your opinion was not courted, novitiate, nor your presence warranted.
Interrogator Rannick bid me attend on his behalf.
All that sorted? Good, because I've got a message to
Having highlights on this build is so nice. I know that shouts are good too, but yeah, being able to highlight enemies, eliminate them with precision is top notch. It's really a great ability. I just wish it had maybe some other effects, because we don't generally need damage on a lot of the weapons we use on it. I know you can go full auto with this thing. I just like to conserve a little bit of ammo. Sometimes trappers aren't the smartest. Other times they are the most devious creatures since Loki. Let's go ahead and use a grenade here. It's oh no, poor guy. He got thrown into that. Oh, I didn't need to reload. Let's go and reload anyway. I'm certain there was some ammo here that these guys just stole from me. It's okay, I'll take it out on them later by shooting a barrel when they are crossing the bridge. Mark my words, I will have my revenge. What the hell? That dog just punched me backwards. I took a bunch of fucking corruption for that. Hey guys, what's up? Oh no, just hold that real quick. Poor guy. No ammo? Let's go to reload our gun. I hear that. Can you deal with him? I could have sworn I heard a trapper. What the fuck? There's some ammo. I hear that trapper. Remember that another side perk of your Executioner stance is that you pull out and equip your weapon instantly. You don't have to wait for the swap speed of the weapon to be a thing. Like that. Well, that's not my fault. Sorry, Mr. What's your name? Demon Nest. Oh god. Crap. I was like, how did we piss off the demon host? And then I realized that's definitely not a demon host sound. It's quite different, in fact. Let's go ahead and waste a bunch of ammo here. He's got them all on him. Let's go ahead and grenade him. Yeah, so see there the amount of damage that we actually do if we just go full left click or full hold down trigger. It's pretty decent. It's no las gun, but hey, what is? I mean, the las gun is, but. It is another exclusive club of weapons that can wallbang these doors and more. So we can go ahead and Sneak some kills before our team can even say. Like right there. Oh wait. Man, I got all the time in the world. No one else is messing with me right now. Works for me. Let's go and reload while we have the buff. Ah, man, I missed a shot there. Would have continued my chain. Oh, man, can you chill? It's mine. Stay with the team. This trapper's trying to get me because he knows I'm separated. Oh fuck, I'm out of ammo. Okay, should bleed to death, right? There we go. That's quick reload for us. Scan it up. Oh, they got the scan, nice. Hey, if you got them, smoke them or whatever, you know? Fuck off. Whack. Someone who's listening to this is thinking, well, surely these are all from a different game. Like, this isn't one OST for a single game. If I told you it's not from one game, it's from just a single mod of one game. That help? Oh, I'll get wallbanged. Freak. Slap a reload in here. Chuck, chuck. Hey. And remember that staying crouched also allows you to keep your marksman stacks when you're moving. And then I'll wait. No. There's a couple more in there. I can see them with my special eyes. Okay. gonna go down low. Just to stick with the team. A lot of times I'll go up top, but might as well take this as well. Oh, nice, we got ammo. Now, if there was a node that automatically reloaded your weapon when you went into Executioner stance, now that would be a nice buff to Executioner stance. In fact, that's my new stance on Executioner stance. That's the buff that they should offer to it, because the damage buff that it gives is non-essential. It needs something else. It's like, what is 25% damage doing for me here? Like, finesse is fine. We've been just a bit more judicious with our ammo expenditure there. We could have chained that. Hey, thanks for keeping those off me. Ooh. Bullet. Crawl on your left. That is what we're talking about for some fucking damage. Cross map 2-shot crusher kill. Alright, let's go ahead and use all of our ammo on this bow. Actually, no, let's shoot all of our ammo into his head. Like that. If you can get headshots with this thing when you're ulting, just full auto, you will absolutely eviscerate a boss. And it's really, really easy on chaos spawns. Unfortunately, those guys are the weakest boss. Fuck off. No one loves you. I think he's fine. Oh, juicy, 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 juicy. Kills. No. No. Controlling the sway on this thing, it used to be an absolutely Herculean task. Now it's manageable, but you're still going to be all over the place sometimes. Yeah, what's up, guys? Bleed. Bleeds are good.
Do you want this ammo or should I pick it up?
Go ahead. I'm too lazy to walk over there. There certainly will be a bunch of ammo in this last bit.
It's amazing how good they've made the sword.
Every weapon is just so good now.
The sword in particular.
Are you talking about dueling sword?
No, not the dueling sword. That's
Or heavy sword?
The heavy sword.
Oh yeah, I have a build with that.
So it used to be alright before, but now, after the buff, it is...
Yeah, you just one-shot any elite. If it's not a crusher or a mauler, it dies in one shot.
Yep. It's real.
And there's the Mark 6 does like double the damage all the rest of them. It's harder to use because it's got like a weird swing pattern, but it's worth it. It's so much damage.
Yeah. I'm using, I think, the Mark 7, Mark 8, I don't remember.
Probably Mark 9? I think it's like 6, 9, and...
Fix this kind of dog. It just jumps all over the goddamn. Ninja dog. I'll tell you what, though, in the last week or so, I don't know what's going on with the game. It's a lot easier. The mission director is more.
Nah, it's just that everybody is able to run the best builds or a version of the best builds. Weapons are better.
It's not that. Trust me, I've got 2,000 games on a game. It's the density of units is less. It's a lot.
I don't know. Sometimes like maybe.
Now, it could be from game to game, it could be different, but I noticed this for the past maybe 3 days or so.
Oh, it's just the past 3 days? That's weird. Yeah, I've definitely not noticed that in the last 3 days. I do play quite a bit. I got a bunch of rages over here. Reload real quick. Right quick. Fuck. Yeah, we're just gonna tank these enemies at close range because we're getting enough touch regen, just killing everyone. Got him. Hear that. Top left.
There was one point in time about a month ago where less than a month ago, where the mission director just went, hey.
I missed the period of time where all the gunners were buffed like crazy and would just like murder you in seconds. That was an awesome period. I like my game hard. Grenade, another grenade, and let's throw one more grenade. We got nothing else to do with them. There we go. It's called covering fire, covering our retreat. Look how slow we are with the fucking gun out. That works. So unlike the plasma gun really doesn't really care if there's a lot of ammo around. This gun, if you have ammo, just blowing it.
The percentages are really small to not really make a difference. Not that much of the like damage and so on. If you actually look at the percentages, it's very low. So like the difference between say 56% and 80%, really not that mathematic speak.
Yeah, no, it's pretty small, but it's the more important thing is getting the good blessings for some guns. Like, I know for a lot of people, like I've been seeing a ton of the Infernus las guns on Veteran and stuff, which is like one of their strongest builds, and now like everybody can run it.
Yeah.
So you just end up with like a team of basically superheroes that have the best possible builds, or they should. which is fine. Like it feels good in the short term, but in the long term, I think there needs to be something that's we can put it all to work on, you know.
There needs to be a harder game mode.
Yeah, a difficulty 6.
I played Maelstrom yesterday, and it was actually.
My problem with Maelstrom is like some of those modifiers are just kind of not interesting or fun. The only one that I really have fun with every time is the mini bosses one. Alright, come on, Ogie. We got you. You can make it, man. You can make it. We're covering you. Oh, okay. That makes sense. Oh, and a charge in that little line. Alright, guys. What a GG. I think that was. Oh, a nice big explosion from the Ogre, too.
We need more maps, though. I'm kind of getting tired of playing the single maps for like 2,000 hours.
Alright. So, I mean, look at that.
Something
No damage taken, no health stations used, immense damage, boss damage out the roof. I mean, this gun just absolutely slaps. It can take a little bit getting used to, trying to figure out how to wield it, when to pull it out, when to not.
Mystery.
Yeah.
I love your builds, dude.
Hey, thank you, man.
Oh, fuck, I fucking saw a bunch of your builds.
Thank you, man. Yeah, I've been,
Your builds are
just the last 2
fantastic,
months
buddy.
I started recording videos. I've had a couple people recognize me so far. It's really, really cool.